read it while I'm chewing gum. This is February 19th. A 19-year-old woman was arrested in the 2700 block of such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance. Such and such Incorporated reported a burglary in that 1000 block business circle center. February 20th, a 25-year-old woman was arrested in the 500 block of such and such a street for driving under the influence of alcohol, having a blood alcohol content of 0.08% or higher, and driving without a license. A man, age 18, was arrested. In the 3800 block of such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance. A 28-year-old man was arrested in the 1900 block of such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance. He also had possession of drug paraphernalia and a controlled substance and shoplifting. He also had 5 outstanding arrest warrants. February 21st, a man, age 54, was arrested in the 2400 block of such and such for stealing a car. 39-year-old woman was arrested in the 4200 block of such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. A 57-year-old man was arrested in the 3300 block of such and such for domestic battery. A woman, age 36, was cited in the 900 block of such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance. February 25th. I'm going to try this other one. A 35-year-old man was arrested in the 1700 block such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. February 19th, a woman, age 24, was arrested in the 1500 block of such and such a road for being under the influence of a controlled substance. In the 700 block of such and such, a 30-year-old man was arrested I can't chew gum and read at the same time. Was arrested in the 100 block such and such a road for driving under the influence of drugs, possession of a controlled substance, less than an ounce of marijuana, child endangerment, and driving on a suspended license. February 21st, a man, age 48, was arrested near Avenida de such and such and Calle such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance and possession of methamphetamine. A Honda generator belonging to the county sheriff's office was reportedly stolen in the 3800 block of the boulevard. The generators are valued at around $2,000 each. Two men, aged 23 and 41, were arrested in the 3800 block of such and such for grand theft, conspiring to commit a crime, and vandalism, and being under the influence of a controlled substance. The 23-year-old was also charged with falsification of registration. February 22nd, an 84-year-old man was arrested in the 1500 block of Calle such and such for inflicting corporal punishment on his pals. A man, age 44, was arrested in the 200 block of such and such for possessing a concealed dagger. An 18-year-old man was arrested for grand theft in the 300 block of such and such a street. February 24th, a 21-year-old man was arrested in the 400 block of such and such for assault with a deadly weapon and attempting to strike someone with a metal object during a fight. A woman, age 34, was arrested in the 900 block of such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance and unlawful communication with a prisoner. In the 200 block of such and such, a man, age 52, was arrested for public intoxication. A carjacking and 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon was reported in the 400 block of such and such a place. A 21-year-old man was cited in the 200 block of such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance. A woman, age 55, was arrested in the 200 block of such and such for being under the influence of a controlled substance, having an open container of alcohol in public. A man, age 27, was arrested in the 100 block of Avenida such and such for petty theft, being under the influence of a controlled substance, and possession of stolen property, drug paraphernalia, meth, and medication without a prescription. A 57-year-old man was arrested near the School Road and the Boulevard for driving under the influence of alcohol. Oh my God. Okay, let's see. There's another one from February 19th. A community pool on such and such a street was vandalized, causing approximately $1,500 in damage. A chain link fence was vandalized in the 400 block of Pleasant such and such a road. A man, age 19, was cited and released for theft in the 2000 block of such and such a street. Merchandise was stolen from the store on the outlet in the 500 block of such and such a boulevard. A 26-year-old woman was arrested for burglary, conspiring to commit a crime, a hit and run at the 700 block of the boulevard. 2 security guards were battered and beaten on the 600 block of the boulevard. Less than $1,000 in property was stolen from a car in the 5,000 block of such and such a drive. About $150 in property was stolen from the front yard in the 4,000 block of such and such a street. Approximately $140 in property was stolen from Target in the 200 block of the boulevard. A 34-year-old woman was arrested for assaulting and injuring her husband in the 300 block of such and such a lane. About $30 in property was stolen from a car in the 500 block of such and such a street. Less than $1,000 in property was stolen from an unlocked car in the 500 block of Maple Drive. Unknown thieves pried open equipment lockers and stole property at the sanitary district station in the 2000 block of such and such. Less than $1,000 in property was stolen from a car in the 300 block of such and such. Property was stolen from a garage in the 300 block of such and such a road. The city sign in the 500 block of such and such was vandalized with spray paint. Property was stolen from a car in the 600 block of such and such. A car in the 5,000 block of such and such a circle was broken into, but no items were taken. A bicycle was stolen from a front porch on the 700 block of such and such. A man, age 24, was arrested on 4 outstanding warrants in the 400 block of such and such a street. A man, age 24, was arrested for conspiring to commit a crime for shoplifting in 900 block of Center Drive. His 27-year-old female companion was arrested for evading a police officer, conspiring to commit a crime, and shoplifting. The man, aged 28, was arrested for shoplifting and possessing burglary tools in the 500 block boulevard. Well, that was challenging reading and chewing gum at the